The United States is gearing up to co-host the biggest sporting event in its history, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But instead of the buzz being about stadiums, ticketing or the spectacle itself, it's about Donald Trump trying to throw around his weight. The US president has now threatened to pull the World Cup games out of Boston, blaming it on a terrible mayor doing a terrible job. Is Trump turning the World Cup into his own political battlefield? On the surface, it might seem reasonable, a head of state showing he's invested, he's involved, he's concerned about security and public order, but scratch deeper and it becomes clear. This isn't about safety, this is about power. Ever since the US won the bid to co-host the 2026 FIFA World Cup, it has become less about football and more about Trump's control over it. From the trophy tours to venue decisions, to his repeated interference in host city planning. Trump's shadow looms larger than the impending tournament itself. And when asked if World Cup matches would really be pulled out of Boston, he didn't hesitate.
We could take them away. I love the people of Boston, and I know the games are sold out. But your mayor is not good.
That one line, we could take them away, thrown about oh so casually and enough to send ripples across the country because Boston is one of America's great sporting cities, home to champions, dynasties and a fiercely loyal fan base. The games there are already sold out, as Trump says himself. Yes, the city has witnessed protests, including pro-Palestinian demonstrations, some of which turned violent, injuring 4 police officers. But the World Cup is still months away. And instead of breaking up the tension or finding solutions, Trump's reaction was to threaten to take the World Cup games away. A move that sounds more like a political stunt than a presidential solve. And this isn't the first time he's done this. It's a template Trump wants to follow for every city.
We have a great Washington, D.C. We, as you probably know, we're going into Memphis and we're going into some other cities, and very soon we're going to go into Chicago. It will be safe for the World Cup. If I think it isn't safe, we'll move it into a different city, absolutely.
Now, these kind of decisions normally and logically would lie with FIFA and the US Soccer Federation. Even FIFA's vice president had to step in and respond carefully but clearly.
If I have to react every time a politician makes a statement, whether it's a president or a senator or a congressman or even in my country, quite honestly, or even in Mexico, then I wouldn't be doing my job because I'd be focusing on what these guys say. So the reality is we're focused on the 16 venues and making sure that they're ready to go once you guys come over and cover the matches.
Yes, FIFA surely has its task cut out because look, Trump wants to be the man pulling the strings, at least look like he's the man pulling the strings. This has been Trump's playbook for years, turning sports diplomacy into political theater. From his military salutes at Super Bowl events to delaying the US Open final as everyone waited for his arrival, to even confirming a UFC fight at the White House on his birthday. Trump has blurred the lines separating governance from grandstanding. Sports for him isn't just entertainment, it's a platform to project his influence, his power, and show his sense of control. And now the World Cup, a global sporting event meant to unify, is being sucked into that very same orbit. The irony is almost poetic. As the US prepares to use the 2026 World Cup as a symbol of unity and diversity, the president's comments are dividing the conversation. If the US can't even appear united at home, how can it project unity to the rest of the world? At its heart, this is no longer just about Boston. It's about the balance between sport and state, between leadership and showmanship. If Trump keeps this up, the 2026 World Cup might just go down in history as his own political spectacle and not the celebration of the people and the fans.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all 3 just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.